Now, let's see exactly what is included in these supplies.
First, let's consider the food. The food which is included in the government supplies consists entirely of a special formula wheat biscuit or cracker. These survival crackers contain the nourishment required to maintain a reasonable state of health under shelter conditions. The crackers come in sealed tins which are packed in fiberboard cartons. The government supplies a food allowance at a level of 10,000 calories per person. The larger carton, with 6 tins like this, contains the total food allowance for 7 people. The smaller case, with 2 of these larger tins, provides the same allowance for 5 people.
All right, now that I grabbed it from that lady, we can take a look here at the Civil Defense All-Purpose Survival Biscuit, as opposed to the Civil Defense All-Purpose Survival Cracker that I looked at before. The ones that I looked at before were packed in 1963. This one is 1962, and it's this kind of brass color, super reflective, so you can see everything in my, in my room. But I was looking at the ingredients; they're fairly similar, so I'm not quite sure exactly what we're gonna be able to, what's different between them. But when I shake these, it almost sounds like they're loose, whereas the other one, they were wrapped in that like paper. So not quite sure what to expect from this. 5 pounds, 14 ounces. Sunshine Biscuits Incorporated, General Office, Long Island City 1, New York. And it's in really good condition, all things considered. There's only a couple scratches right here. So, of course, there's nothing else on it. So let's get this opened. All right, I got it open. And to provide a little bit more context, if you didn't see my last video, I went into much more detail. But basically, these were provided by the Office of Civil Defense or the Civil Defense Administration for public shelters in the event of a nuclear disaster. The ones I opened last time, I just wanted to show off for a comparison. They're in this wax paper. Now these crackers, and I got a similar smell when I was opening this container, which may be just old cracker smell, but, let's do the reveal. All right, so this isn't... Also, it was much easier to open. I could actually use the little hand opener on these ones. These have definitely been rattled around a lot more. But they are different. These ones are cut into 4 rectangles. This one's cut into 2, and they have a little bit of a different color. Pretty much the same smell, kind of that bleachy... Just like the fat in it has definitely gone rancid. But, let's see. It's also still in that wax paper, so I bet the design, like the shape, that's probably just due to being different manufacturers. But I do think it's interesting that this one was, marked as biscuit versus the other one as a cracker, and, what's really the difference between that. But yeah, let's give it a shot. Ugh. These ones were weirdly sweet. Like they taste like they had way more sugar than the older ones. Not like over the top, but just you can taste the sweetness. Let's do a bigger bite. I just did the corner there. The texture is different too. Like the texture of this is much more like a graham cracker almost. And then, honestly, like I could eat this. They don't taste rotten like the other ones. Maybe there being more sugar in them changed how they were preserved or something, but it's very different of a flavor. But I'm glad I got a second one of these, the biscuits. Because in all the old advertising materials and all the old videos, like the one you saw at the beginning of this, they talk about crackers, and then they talk about biscuits, and then they talk about the carbohydrate supplement. So the next one I'm trying to get my hands on is the carb supplement. It's basically a tin like this full of candy. And I think I found a seller. I just gotta, save up a little bit of money, because these things can be pricey. So the next one is definitely going to be the carbohydrate supplement. And then I'll have the whole set. Then I just got to look for the water supplies, or maybe some first aid supplies. Maybe I'll get together a little civil defense collection and show off all the parts of it. If you're interested in that, please let me know. So yeah, if this is something that you'd like to see more of, this is something you find interesting, let me know. And thanks for watching. Stick around, and there will be a little bit more after this. Thank you.
Yes, the knowledge is ours, and preparation can mean survival for you. So act now. Someday your life may depend on it.